best heavy week, the best professional wrestling discussion on the internet, World Wrestling Entertainment, TNA Wrestling, Ring of Honor, and much more. This, ladies and gentlemen, is In the Hot Seat with your host, Fortminorproject.
Alright, what's going on, guys, and welcome to another edition of In the Hot Seat. And this week we got a WrestleMania 27 edition for this week, and I do have a returning guest joining me at this time. And would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, it's Mr. Just Ray.
Alright, it's a pleasure to have you back here for this special WrestleMania edition. And let's not waste any much more time, and let's get right into it. And starting things off here is what does WrestleMania need, and what does it mean to you to have WrestleMania be special?
I think WrestleMania is sort of like a Super Bowl to wrestling fans. It means a lot to me just because my first WrestleMania experiences were with my grandparents, so I think it brings me back to that a lot. And I've been watching WrestleMania as far as I can remember. I'm 30 years old, so I've been through every WrestleMania. I just think it's an amazing experience overall, and I never miss it every year.
Yeah, it's really something special to me, as well as for everyone else, and especially like you. I've just been watching ever since, WrestleMania 18, and I've seen, a little bit and bits and pieces of WrestleMania 17, and just watching it just means a lot more, and it's the biggest show of the year, and just how the build-up is being played out, and it really is really something cool to see. And with the matches going into it and all the moments and stuff like that is really something great. So that's one of the reasons, and some of the reasons that I'm looking forward for WrestleMania each and every year. And but this year it's actually shaping up to be a good WrestleMania, so I'm looking forward for it. Alright, getting into the next thing here, and do you think that The Rock will cost John Cena his shot at the WWE title during the main event at WrestleMania?
I think that Rock may not cost John Cena his title. I think what's going to happen is The Rock may side with The Miz.
Okay.
Against The Miz, and actually, just to build up, The Rock against John Cena as the champion, I think there would be more of a build with that instead of him costing John Cena the title. So I see John Cena maybe winning the title again at Mania.
Yeah, anything can really happen at this point. I do kind of see The Rock in a way costing somehow the John Cena his title, but then again, John Cena could come out on top and win the WWE title. So in a way, it's kind of hard to tell, but I'm sure somehow The Rock will get some payback. So I'm definitely looking really forward to seeing what's going to happen with that. So I'm actually looking forward into that match, and that should be a good match too as well. Getting into the next thing, the next question, and if Christian is added somehow, on SmackDown this week to this match for the World Heavyweight Championship, do you think Alberto Del Rio's chance at becoming World Champion and having his destiny made at WrestleMania, would that be lowered? What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's not much you're going to see Christian probably start going against Edge. I think he may cost Edge the title if he's in the triple threat and have Alberto Del Rio beat both of them. Okay. And that will be the turning point for Christian and Edge. Yeah. I think that's what's going to lead them into a feud, and Alberto Del Rio will still win the championship.
Okay, that's a good thing. I don't know. It could be lowered a little bit. Depending on what's going on. So, if he does get added, I wouldn't mind, having Christian, coming out on top. Alberto Del Rio can very well come out on top too as well. If it, turns out to be just a singles match and, Christian's at Edge's corner, so it probably wouldn't be lowered as much. But, like I said, anything can happen. So, that's another thing I'm looking forward to be seen. So, that's why I'm going to leave it up there. Getting into the last thing that I have here, and what are your top favorite WrestleManias of all time, and what are your thoughts on that?
I would say WrestleMania 6 is probably one of my favorite WrestleManias, just because to see Hulk Hogan pass the torch and see Ultimate Warrior be a dual champion. That's never happened before at that point. I would say maybe WrestleMania 10, seeing the match between Bret Hart and Owen Hart, and then Bret coming on top at the end. And maybe WrestleMania 20 as well, with the triple threat matches at WrestleMania.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of good WrestleMania matches and moments in favorite WrestleManias. WrestleMania 18, going back to that one, just a really good event, and I really enjoyed just seeing, The Rock and Hogan, with their stare down and, having their basically first match. So, I was really into that, so that's definitely one of my favorite parts from WrestleMania 18, and, the rest of the event was good too. Going into WrestleMania 20, I did like the triple threat matchup for the World Heavyweight Championship. We had, Triple H, Chris Benoit, and HBK. Just a good back and forth matchup. As some of the other matches too on the card, Eddie Guerrero and Kurt Angle, was a good match. WrestleMania 21 too, was one of my favorites too. We had the first time ever with the Money in the Bank too, so that's, another good favorite WrestleMania. So there are quite a few favorites, and those are probably, one of my top favorites, I would have to say, as of right now. But that has to do it with this WrestleMania edition of In the Hot Seat. And is there any final thoughts that you want to get to before we end the show?
No, that's just check out my new channel. Like I said, my name's now Mr. Just Reddit. It's be just the old school, but check out the channel.
Alright, and yeah, I would definitely leave a link down below for everyone to check you out. And that has to do with this week's episode of In the Hot Seat. And as always, I will talk to you guys next week. Peace.